What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gag with Geach, and I got another one for y'all. All this food stamp foolishness, the people complaining they're getting their food stamps cut and all that good stuff. So we're gonna get into these clips and see how everybody's feeling about it.
Oh, they stole my food stamps, right? Now, mind you, only got a little $137 that they gave me, and they took that. They took 135 of it here in Brooklyn. Okay, so y'all know I had to run down on them. I will tell y'all this. Of course, they're gonna act like they don't know what I'm talking about. When y'all go in these Arab stores, if they do not have a Chase EBT machine or a Clover, which is the government's EBT machine, do not use it. Okay, we gotta stop these motherfuckers one way or another. Okay? Don't make no sense, and I'm hungry. They know you don't mess with a hungry black bitch. We coming for your ass. And I told them, I'm coming for that ass.
So Donald Trump is taking away the EBT cards and he's replacing them with EBT checks.
Hey yo, that was funny. She said you don't mess with a hungry black bee. Man, she felt that in her chest and she let that on. Now I ain't even mad at. That's what you felt in the moment. Oh man, that is what I need, that little laugh. I'm glad I had already swallowed my water. I would have spit all over my keyboard with that, messing around with her. This lady said Donald Trump replacing EBT cards with EBT checks. Okay.
Which I think is a not so good idea, because if you're replacing the physical card with checks, people are not going to spend that money on food. They're going to spend it on everything else. They're going to use it as if it's extra money. And this is supposed to go into effect as if in September 2025. I feel like this will lead to kids being hungry, because these parents are definitely going to use this money to go shopping, pay their phone bill, electric bill, or even add it on to their rent because it's physical cash. We, the people, are better off keeping the physical food stamp card, because that is only used for food only. You cannot use it on anything else unless if you have EBT cash. That definitely need to be left alone. He's changing shit that does not need to be changed. There's nothing wrong with toting a physical EBT card.
TikTok, you means to tell me
I think when it comes to the work I do through advocacy, oftentimes there is imposter syndrome. I often think, oh, I really shouldn't be here.
I can't buy no more junk food with my food stamps? Huh? Well, damn, what if I wanted to start my own treats business? What about my kids' birthdays? I got 5 kids. I can't surprise them with a custom carrot cake from Publix or Walmart. What about Halloween? I ain't gonna be able to participate and pass out candy. What about my kids' after school snacks, y'all? My kids gonna be hangry or hungry before I pick them up from after school program. We don't like Olipop sodas and veggie sticks. They nasty. And then we can't even buy no hot food with the food stamps unless it's a natural disaster. I got a question for you, Bretchine or Breechine, because you the one who started all this with your new house bill. Can we still buy seafood with the food stamps? Are you going to make the healthier foods cheaper? If we can't have the junk food, we need the healthy food. Can you make it a little cheaper? Because eggs is $10 a carton. Child, let me go stockpile on these junk foods before the ban starts. Call me back.
Starting in 2026.
Hey yo, I'm glad she was able to find some type of humor in that. She gave me a good little cackle. What this lady here talk about. Still allowed with EBT 2026 in restriction states. Okay, let's see what she's saying.
Only the approved foods are going to be able to be purchased through EBT. Approved foods are going to include fruits and vegetables, meat, poultry, seafood, dairy and eggs, grains, beans, pasta, rice, and tortillas, sweetened tea or low sugar beverages, cooking basics like flour, sugar, oil, spices, baking ingredients, baby food and formula, seeds, and plants to grow food at home. It's going to be very, very similar to WIC, only with a little bit of wiggle room. So far, there's only a few states that have approved waivers, and those are Florida, Texas, Nebraska, Wisconsin, and Alabama. Those are states that applied for the waivers and were approved, and it's going going to start in 2026, period. Second wave of states that is looking for approval and probably going to get approved by the end of this month is Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado. The thing is that all these states are going to get on board eventually, because if they do not, then they are no longer going to be getting the federal funding that they have been getting in order to supplement these food stamps. Most of these states can't afford to do it on their own. Even if your state is not on the list, it will eventually get on the list, I promise you. This whole thing is being done under the guise of Make America Healthy Again, right? But I really do think that it's more than that. I think this is being done in order to weed out the actual fraud and abuse that's been going on within the assistance program for a really long time. The program is also going to force you to work at least 80 hours a month in order to keep your benefits. If you have kids that are under the age of 14, you are exempt from that. If you are truly disabled under the eyes of the government, you are exempt from that. But if you are a fully able-bodied person and you are able to go out and get a job, you are going to have to. And it is in my opinion that nobody's going to want to go out and work 80 hours just so they can get some milk and some eggs. Stamps are not going to be as lucrative as they once were. You're not going to be able to sell them because nobody's going to buy them just so they can go buy some milk and some bread. People were buying them so that they could get their energy drinks, so that they could get their sodas, so that they could get their junk foods. It's going to give you $100 for $125 worth of food stamps that they can only use to get the basics. Taking the snack foods out of the EBT and food stamp program, going to weed out all of the fraud and the abuse that has been happening in the EBT and food stamp program. It was a smart move.
If you are in the U.S., you can no longer purchase junk food and sodas with food stamps. Yes, several states like Arkansas, Idaho, Utah, and many, many more have already banned the purchases of junk food and soda in their states. And there's many more to come. Robert Kennedy Jr. is literally pushing to completely ban sodas worldwide with the use of food stamps, because if you want to buy a sugary soda, the taxpayer should not pay for it, is what he said in his own words. One person even used Grog to actually ask, and yes, the 3 states that I've listed, they're completely banned, and then several more, and even more, is pushing this into effect in early 2026. So as I said again, if you use food stamps or SNAP, you will no longer be able to purchase chips, candy, sodas, anything. It's strictly just healthy foods. They are really pushing this agenda hard starting next year. Apparently, some of them have been able to purchase, like, let's say 7-Eleven pizzas. You can no longer be able to purchase anything like that or hot foods. It is strictly going to be healthy foods only. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below.
So yes, I am on my way to the county building since they won't answer their phones. Because they're just so busy. They're so busy. There's so many. The volume of calls is so high. Look at this, and it's still early. I'm about to get right up in this line. My GR came on my card today. Oh yeah. And I'm assuming they just opened, so we're all like taking steps together. I'm literally the last in line, so right now it's 8:03. I have work at 5, so I got all the time today. Like literally all the time today. Made it up here pretty fast. It's 9:48 right now, so I thought it would be a good idea to
Y'all be killing me going out in public with these bonnets on y'all head. Anyway, let her go ahead and continue with her food stamp story.
my verification of income so that whenever I do need it, I'll just have it. She told me to wait and wait for my name to be called. Hopefully my ADHD doesn't get the best of me and I don't hear my name getting called, but I'm going to try to listen very, very closely. All right. All right. Thank you. Oh my God, I got my food stamp card. Yes, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, yay, yay.
If you rely on SNAP or know someone who does, you need to pay attention to this next story. New rules will impact thousands of people who count on the benefits to feed their families. Our Nydia Hahn is here to break it all down for us, and you have some important advice, Nydia.
Yeah, I really hope people pay attention. SNAP stands for the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, and there are steps many recipients can take to keep the benefit, but they need to act right away.
It's been really, really hard.
Sandra has 2 teenage children and works as a foreign language translator.
Our work is not steady.
So Sandra relies on monthly SNAP benefits to feed her family.
We really need it. Every penny helps us.
She'll need extra help soon. Sandra is having surgery next week after she was recently diagnosed with breast cancer.
I won't be able to drive. I won't be able to do much of anything.
In Philadelphia County alone, an estimated 475,000 people receive SNAP benefits, but many could lose it. New rules went into effect this week under President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. They require certain recipients to prove they work 20 hours a week.
The Pennsylvania Department of Human Services sent out a checklist to people who are becoming subject to this requirement starting September 1st.
Right now, the requirements apply to recipients 18 to 54 who do not have a dependent child under 18 in the household and are considered mentally and physically able to work. In November, the rules will expand to cover more people, including Sandra once her younger child turns 14. But there are exemptions.
For example, people who have a disability,
or those who make at least $217.50 a week before taxes, have a medical condition, or care for a sick family member.
Other people who can be exempted are those who are receiving unemployment compensation, people who are pregnant.
The exemptions are laid out like a checklist sent by mail by DHS. So look for it, and if you qualify for an exemption, complete the form so there's no interruption in your benefits.
We don't plan to be on it forever, the rest of our life, but we do need that help at times when we really need it.
But maybe the harshest part of this whole situation isn't the policy, it's the judgment. The comment sections are filled with strangers telling moms to close your legs, mocking
getting kicked off of EBT, or
she has to say.
PSA for anybody on EBT that has been paying for your nails, lashes, whatever it may be.
I didn't know you could do that.
You can no longer do that. No.
Didn't even know.
I just went to go get my nails, lashes, and eyebrows done.
I didn't know you could get your nails and eyelashes and all that done with food stamps either. I'm learning so much by just reacting to these videos. Drop down in the comments, let me know if you get food stamps and you get your hair and your nails done with them.
Swipe my EBT card, and she tells me they no longer accept that.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Not only are they taking away junk food, sugary drinks, they are giving us all a time limit with how long we can be on EBT. Now you can't get your nails done with EBT. So I had to use cash out of my pocket for my nails and eyebrows.
Oh.
So now I'm $100 short on my rent that I'm supposed to pay.
I'm sorry.
They need to figure something out because this is not okay.
Now, apparently, it's the American taxpayer's problem that she is $100 short for her.
If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having two more. Be wiser. Close them legs. I usually don't say that, but close it up, sis. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks for those kids. But y'all women, this is y'all wake-up call. Stop having kids. Be wiser. Make better decisions. If you don't have kids, don't have any. It's hard out here. I keep seeing videos about food stamps being cut off. And honestly, the woman in me, the gentle, feminine woman of me, I feel so bad, not for y'all as mothers, but for those children, because children need to eat, and unfortunately children are not asked to be brought here. You guys are bringing them here, and they're not asked to be brought here, and they are the ones who suffer at this whole bill adjustment or whatever, okay? But I was just talking the other day about how responsible people who get an education, get a trade, find a hustle, however you do it, right? Responsible people who are high earners or sufficient earners who pay for everything themselves seem to be punished the most in America. Higher taxes, we don't get any assistance. We don't qualify for any assistance. And I think it is so backwards because it's kind of that thing of like rewarding good behavior, right? I feel like too oftentimes in America, bad behavior, bad patterns are rewarded. For example, a woman who goes out there and continues to get pregnant over and over, knowing that she is already struggling with the first child, right? She continues to get pregnant, whether it's by the same man or another man, okay? After 2 times, something should start clicking. No, she goes and get pregnant again. And then you have some women that proudly, right, have like 8 or 9 kids and she's on government assistance, y'all. Government assistance is supposed to be a stepping stone, a tool to help you get on your feet. It's not supposed to be something that you get on and commit to staying on for the rest of your life, okay? It's not supposed to be something that you utilize and then have more kids so that you can keep it up, okay? Now, again, it sucks. I'm jealous. I'm gonna admit it, because then I just came across a post over on Facebook that certain SNAP recipients or EBT recipients qualify for like free education programs. And I'm like, okay, I guess it's a good thing because it's another tool to help them get off of the government assistance. So from that perspective, I see it. But I would love some free education. I would love knowing that I am being rewarded for being responsible, choosing not to have kids, okay? Choosing to pay for everything out of my own pocket, my house, my pocket, my car, my pocket, my insurance, my pocket, these hot groceries, my pocket. Everything is out of my pocket. I'm an adult, right?
Wow, look at her. All these good choices, and it's not even 8 a.m. That's really going to change things around there for the better.
I'm not complaining. Kind of is. But I'm an adult and that's what I'm supposed to do, right? But it's me choosing to be responsible in making these strategic, good decisions. And it's like we get no help. We get taxed the most. It's like we're punished for being responsible. And I'm just like, what the freaking heck is going on? Like, I really think America, maybe we're getting to it later on in Trump administration, where he starts like, I don't know if he's in charge of that or if that's like another party or something, another branch of government, you know, but they should start rewarding free education programs to people who are like me, right? We pay all of our own bills. We get no handouts. We get no assistance. We keep our bills paid on time. We work hard, okay? 40 plus hours a week, in my case, for almost 14 hours a day. So minimum 60 hours a week, if we're saying 12 hours a day. Yeah, I think it's about time that we start getting handouts or free things. Like let's start rewarding us for our good choices, for actually trying to contribute to the economy in America. Okay. I feel bad for the children, okay? Because these children, I don't know how they're gonna get food. Maybe your church, local food banks, maybe your mother decides to get a job. I don't know. You know, pretty much the children are here, so you kind of got to like figure it out at this point. But most of you, not me, but most of you, a lot of Americans are a paycheck away from being homeless. So until you get in a position to where if you were to have to be out of a job for 6 months to a year, you can still keep your bills flowing, don't even think about having kids. Close up shop, be very stern about the man that you allow in your life, and get on your grind and get to your bag. And since they're offering free education programs for SNAP recipients, use this opportunity to go and further your education so that you can get a higher paying job to where you can take care of your kids without the government. Because yes, too many, y'all trying to act like all these women on EBT are just these women that's trying to feed their kids. No, I know some people that's getting way more money than what their kids would ever need for food. And they're selling the remainder of what they get. Okay, they're selling those stamps, which helps people who buy them who don't get stamps, but they're still selling these stamps. And it's a lot of women that are choosing to stay on government assistance because it is easier, because your rent can be subsidized down, right? Instead of paying $2,000, you're paying $200, or you're paying $500 for this huge house, right? Or you're paying $60 for this apartment.
Okay, I think we get the point here, but yeah, so y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling about everything that we just heard in these clips. Again, another episode of this food stamp foolishness little mini series I'm doing here. But y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel. Are y'all agreeing with it? Y'all agree people need to get their food stamps cut? They need to get up and go work. One of the young ladies in the video, she said basically it's American taxpayers' job to support her and her family and feed her kids. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Are y'all happy that there's some type of food stamp reform happening, or y'all feel like they just need to leave people in their food stamps alone, let them get their food stamps, let them continue to live their lives. So y'all drop down, let me know, and I will see y'all in the next video. Geech out.